Hey guys, today is going to be a really exciting day because I am picking up the keys for my apartment in Copenhagen. I literally slept, I think, 2 hours last night because I get quite nervous in important situations and also because I need to be there at 8 a.m. so it's bright and early. So I'm gonna go there, pick up the keys and just bring you with me for the day because I love sharing my life on YouTube and this is a huge step in my life that I want to bring you with me for. So let's go. I'm here. It is like what? It feels crazy to sit in this apartment by myself and I'm sorry for the noise obviously, but there's no furniture in here so that's why it's kinda echoing. I was so nervous to come here because I have a lot of high expectations I bet, but sitting here by myself with my only one key in hand feels absolutely amazing. I'm sure that you guys have a lot of questions about this apartment and how I found it and what's gonna happen now because I got into university and will I still be traveling and all of that stuff. Spending my entire time traveling, working is of course a huge contrast to getting myself this apartment and getting settled, but I am really excited for it. It's of course a huge change, but I believe it's going to be really good. Even though I may not have time to go to Japan again tomorrow, that doesn't mean that I don't have any future trips coming up. And I know that this time around, once I'll go back to Japan for the 4th time, it's going to be next time, I will be much more prepared and it's going to be so much easier for me and I'm going to ensure myself a much smoother arrival. And that is because I have been using Aerial as my eSIM once I travel in general. You guys probably know that once you arrive in a new country, it can be super stressful and go into the arrivals area and whatever, and you just get so overwhelmed by the millions of people or whatever trying to sell you ridiculously expensive SIM cards when it can be so confusing to find out which one you want to get and maybe you don't have cash that you need to pay for it. So with Airlo, you save yourself so much stress, trouble, and it's just going to ensure you a much smoother arrival, and that's what I've experienced on my previous trips, so I'm really happy to share that with you guys. My boyfriend and I first came across Airlo in November last year when we were in Kyoto. We sat down in our Airbnb and the physical SIM card that we had bought had run out of data and it was up for use, so we started to look for more easy and convenient ways to stay connected, and that is how we first came across Airlo. The way that Airlo works is that you download the app from home, you use my code CAT3 to save yourself $3 off your first plan as well. You download the app before you leave your own country, you select this plan that you would like to get, and the cool thing about Airlo is that you can choose from more than 200 eSIMs, both regional, local and global. You download it, you pre-install it. Once you arrive in your new country, you are basically good to go because you just open up your phone, you activate your SIM card and you'll be connected within 2 seconds. So you save yourself so much stress at the airport. And Airlo is actually used by more than 10 million travelers all across the world, myself being one of them, and you should be too. So if you're planning a trip yourself coming up soon or maybe just even in the future, I highly suggest you download Airlo. Remember to use the link in my description and my code CAT3 to save yourself $3 off your first eSIM plan. And generally guys, I couldn't recommend this enough. It's just the easiest way to stay connected wherever you are. Even though I may not be traveling soon, I do still have myself a pre-bought eSIM so that I am ready to go back to Japan anytime because who knows, maybe I'll look for flights whenever I have the chance. But for now it's time to get this place decorated and make it feel like my home rather than just an empty box that I'm sitting in right now. My boyfriend is actually on his way here and he hasn't seen the apartment yet, so I'm really excited to see what his reaction is going to be like. So I'll show that to you as well, and then I think we're gonna do a tour of this place so you guys can see what it's actually like. Vi kan se det. Smadrer bare det hele.
Ej, hvor er det fint.
Ja! I think it's the best of both worlds when I have my apartment very close to this pizza spot right here. It's my first time trying it, but I've been wanting to go for such a long time, and the slices are huge. I mean, they remind me of the ones we had in New York when we were there. They were so good. We're just gonna chill for the rest of the day, and I will be showing you more of the moving in process in another video, because today I'm just mentally getting adjusted to having moved to this new apartment. What better way to kick it off than having pizza? Kinda have to do that. Banger. Det er rigtig godt. Der er parmesan ovenpå. Currently wearing the flip-flops because I do not want to damage the floor, but this is the entrance here, and this is the first thing you see once you enter the apartment. The place itself is obviously very, very tiny, but that is it with rent here in Copenhagen. It's absolutely crazy, and this was the only thing that I could afford. Once you enter, you have an open space right here. I think I'm gonna put maybe an extension to the kitchen, or maybe a shelf to put my shoes, or a little painting, or some racks for my clothing. I don't know yet, I'm gonna see about that. Then the kitchen part must actually be my favorite. I really love this steel surface right here. I think it's super cool, and I don't know if it's ancient, modern, not ancient, but old school or whatever, but it works for me. We have a stove, little something here I can cook with, actually 2 different ones, which is super convenient. And I have sink, obviously, little box in here for my trash and whatever. I have a tiny fridge, but it's going to do for me. What I'm really happy with is that it's actually quite decent in size inside. I even have a freezer up here for me to put my daifuku. But the fridge itself is actually bigger than I thought it was going to be, which I'm excited about because I want to have lots of space for food. Up here in these 2 cabinets will be storage space for cups and cutlery maybe, and all of that stuff. And then in this one here I'll keep my spices and some more food. Have the bathroom area here, toilet, shower, and a little sink, obviously. So we have the kitchen in the background, and this is just a tiny bathroom, but it'll do. The main room in the apartment is this one here, and I plan to put a couch over there, something to make it feel like living space area. And then I think I'm going to do dining area over here because the lighting is very pretty from these 2 big windows that I have, so it's going to fit perfectly here. And then you guys are probably wondering, then where will you be sleeping? But I actually have an upper area right here that I can use for, yeah, my bed and stuff. If you guys want to watch, I'd be happy to make a video in which I explain how much I pay for this place, how I found it, and all of that practical stuff, because getting a place to stay in Copenhagen is ridiculously tough, and the rent is extremely high, and it's quite almost impossible. So I'm really happy that I got this apartment. So if that's even something you'd want to watch, you can just leave the comments below and I'll check them out. Discuss more about this place in a future video, because I have a lot of stuff coming up with my moving in and shopping and all of that. But for now, I think I'm just going to leave it here for this. And yeah, already get started with the shopping, I guess, because I'm just ready to stay here instantly.